Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lenny. If you've ever dreamt of hosting your own podcast with a twist, then today's tutorial is for you. I'm going to show you how to create your very own AI-powered 3D animated podcast. No studio, no artist, no expensive gear required, just like you see in this video.
So, summer plans, are you more beach vibes or mountain hikes?
Honestly, both. Morning hikes, then straight to the beach with a smoothie in hand.
Best of both worlds. Don't forget the sunscreen.
I'm generating lifelike podcast avatars to sync in your voice with flawless lip movement. I'll walk you through the entire process step by step using free and easy to use AI tools. So whether you're building a brand, you're telling stories, or you just want to stand out, this is your chance to create a show that looks and feels professionally animated. Let's get started and let's bring your podcast idea to life in 3D. For this podcast, I'm going for like a 2-person podcast. So really depends on how many people you want to have in your podcast. This is something you need to decide upfront. So first things first, I'm going to generate the images for our podcast host. So for the first image, we're going to be using Google AI Studio to generate the images of our podcast host. So I'm going for a 2-person podcast. For here, come into Google AI Studio, you'd have to select one of their image generation models. I already have a tutorial walking through Google AI Studio and the latest changes. I'm going to leave that somewhere in the description box or in this video so that you can navigate to it. What we want to do is we want to come to generate media and then you select one of their image generation models. I'm going to go with like image gen just because this one allows you to select the aspect ratio, so there's a bit more flexibility in what you can do with it. And I'm going to paste in this exact prompt. So I'm going for 2 hosts. One is a female and one is a male. And because I'm posting this on YouTube, the aspect ratio, I'm going to go with a 16 by 9 and then I'm going to click on Monday. So we have this image generated for us. I'm just going to save this into Google Drive. And for the second host, I'm going for a male. So I'm going to be using this exact prompt in Google AI Studio to generate the image of the male as well. Okay, so I like the image. I'm also going to save this to Google Drive. So the next step after generating our images is to generate our audio. In order to do this, I'm going to be using 11 Labs. If you don't have 11 Labs, I have a link in my description box. I use as a sign up. 11 Labs gives you a generous free version that you can use for the purposes of this tutorial to try it out to see how it works for you. So let's go on into 11 Labs. I'm going to show you 3 ways in which you can generate your audio file for this. So the first step involves you click on Studio and then you click on Start from Scratch. And what you have to do is to paste your podcast script. So what we had to do is go into ChatGPT. And in ChatGPT, we are going to enter this exact prompt and then I'm going to click on Enter. I'm just keeping it at 10 seconds just for the purposes of this tutorial. So it could be an hour long. Okay. And then, so we have the scripting here. So all you have to do is copy the script and then you go back into 11 Labs and then you paste the script in 11 Labs and you have to do some edits. So you have to remove all the references to man and woman in here. And instead, what you do is you click on the paragraph you want and then you apply the voice you want. So since this is between a man and a woman, I'm probably going to start with a man and then the response would be a female. So let's say Nisa, and then in here would be a man again. So once you have this already assigned, you'd have to come and click on export. So you click on export. I recommend instead of using a single file, better to use a paragraph and then you export it. So it tells you that exporting this will use 219 credits. 11 Labs has a generous free version, so you have 10,000 credits, okay? So all you have to do is you click on export and it's going to export it as paragraphs for you. The second method is similar to the first method in the sense that you go into Studio and then you click on Create a Podcast. So instead of starting from scratch, you click on Create a Podcast. And then what you have to do is you have to upload a PDF version of the text you created. So in ChatGPT, I can say that it's asking, let me know if you want to turn into PDF. So I'm going to say, yes, send this into PDF. So it's going to generate a PDF file for us. File has been generated. All we have to do is to download. So once this is downloaded onto our computer, we come in here and then all we have to do is we have to just upload it. And then you select the host voice and the guest voice. You choose what you like. And then all you have to do is you click on generate. Also note that you can also import from a URL or you can use an existing project. So I'm going to go with the upload document route and then you click on generate. Okay, so we have this assigned for us already. So we have Chris, Jessica, Chris. So this is good. So at this point, all you can do is you can click on export and again you can export them as paragraph instead of a single file and then you click on export. So when you export this, you're gonna get 2 files. Now, when you export this, because you're exporting this as a paragraph, what it means is that if you have like 1,000 paragraphs, you're gonna have like 1,000 paragraphs in here, which makes it quite difficult to put everything together. But then don't worry, I have another method you can use that is a lot more easier. So with the third method, all you have to do is come come into audio tools and then you click on voiceover studio. In voiceover studio, you just click on create a voiceover and then you just create like a dummy project, okay? And then you upload like a dummy audio. Okay, so I have a dummy audio here. I'm just gonna upload that and click on create voiceover. Once you click on that, it's gonna open this pane or dashboard for you. You just want to start from scratch, so all you have to do is you just delete anything you see in here. And then instead, you're gonna be using the settings icon. But before you use that, you first need to generate the script in a format in which it understands. So for instance, try click on this and it's saying that you need a CSV file. So going back into ChatGPT, all it's gonna say is turn this into a CSV file, right, in this format. And then you click on enter. As if I was ready, I'm gonna download this onto my computer. So this is how the file would look like in your spreadsheet. You don't need to do any modifications in here. I don't have Excel on my computer, that's why I'm using Google Sheets. But yeah, this is how the CSV file would look like, and you have to upload your CSV file in here. Now you would see that you have each of your various speakers in this format here. So what we have to do right now is we need to generate the audio for each of them, okay? So I'm gonna come into settings. This is saying a man. So we'll come into settings and since just ask it's the first script is from a man, I'm gonna click on Mark for this. And then since this is a woman, I'm gonna be using Rachel. I'm gonna select this as well and click on generate audio. So I'm gonna do this for all my audio tracks. So this is done for us now. I'm gonna click on play so that you have an idea of what we have. So summer plans, are you more beach vibes or mountain hike? Honestly, both. Morning hikes, then straight to the beach with a smoothie in hand, best of both worlds. Don't forget the sunscreen. So this is good for us. This is working well. Now what we have to do is click on export. And our rhythm, this is very important. We're gonna export as audio tracks, and this is gonna be like a zip file. This has been created for us. At this point, I'm just gonna click on download. And so now that we have that audio file ready for us, the next step, you have to take note of what's in the audio files, okay? So I'm gonna come in here into CapCut and I'm just gonna drag these two audio files here so that I know which one is which. Okay, so we know that track 2 is the man and then track 3 is the female. So the next step is to do our lip syncing and generate a video as well. So in order to do that, I'm gonna be using a tool called Hegra. So I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna come into Hegra. In Hegra, you can do like multiple things. So you can also generate the image as well in Hegra. But I didn't do that. I generated an image in Google AI Studio. So you click on video and all you can do is you have to just put in a start frame. So the start frame in this case would be the image we generated from Google AI Studio, which is the male video. So I'm gonna download this onto my computer and then we're gonna add the audio script. Remember, you wanna make sure that you are putting in the right audio for the right image. So we know that track 2 is a male. So let's just play it to meet you. So summer plans, or you're more beach vibes or mountain hikes? Okay, so this is good. So we'll add it to video and then we'd say the man is talking. And then you click on generate. Okay, so our video has been generated for us now. I'm gonna play the output. So summer plans, are you more beach vibes or mountain hike? In Korea, we're gonna do same for the next. We're gonna use the same prompt. Okay, so a second video has been generated as well. I'm gonna play back so that we can see it. Honestly, both. Morning hikes, then straight to the beach with a smoothie in hand. Okay, so that is good. So I'm gonna download both of these videos that have been generated onto my computer, and then we'll go on to the last and final step. So in the last step, we go into CapCut. So you're gonna drag the audio files as well as the video files. So we're gonna drag both the audio files and the video files inside CapCut, and we are gonna drag them into the timeline frame. And we're gonna drag them into the frame and the main one. And we're gonna drag them into the other one. And then I'm gonna drag this one as well. So this conversation starts with a guy. I'm gonna make sure that this is on the max so that I have an idea of what I'm doing. So you have to position it carefully. So you want to position it in the same way. So as you can see audio waves here. You can see some audio waves here as well. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're positioning them in the same alignment. So you position the first track where the audio wave ends, and you position the next track when the audio waves begin. And then all you have to do at this point is you just have to like trim the first track. You want to trim away the parts that does not have any audio waves. Same for the second track. You want to trim away the part that does not have any audio waves. And then you just have to sort of like align them together. So I'm just going to do that. And then you can add in any transitions you like. So maybe in this case, we could have a different transition in here, and we can have another transition in here. So I'm going to play the final output so that you have an idea of how it looks like. So summer queens, are you more beach vibes or mountain hikes? Honestly, both. Morning hikes, then straight to the beach with a smoothie in hand. Best of both worlds. Don't forget the sunscreen. Okay, so this is working well for us. If you want to add any music, you can do so. But yeah, I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, you'd also find my other tutorials on AI animated avatars helpful as well. I'm going to leave that as well on the screen so that you can go check them out. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I want to encourage you to do so. Hit the like button, comment, all the good stuff. But that is it for today's tutorial. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.